So I had one guy come in. He wasn't wearing a mask at first, so my supervisor actually kicked him out, and he came back in, and I think he actually like taped paper to his face, and nobody's.
What the fuck? What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Throwing Tantrums. Second live podcast this week because I love to hear myself talk, I guess. And
had about like 4 podcasts.
That's about right. Yeah. So shouts out to everyone in the chat. What up, Jax? Oh, look, Burak and Max are in there too. So today we are joined by Marie, Jamie, Crystal of Tantrum, and Burak and Maxine of Vision Paradox. Today, I guess what we're going to be chatting about is a variety of things, like the business of dance, things reopening in SoCal, what that means for us as dancers, and their kind of perspective of the Kickstarter projects after everything, because the last time a lot of you guys got to see them, for anyone on my stream or anyone watching on YouTube, the last time you guys got to see them was like when they received their checks and when they danced, and that's about it. So so Jack says on the chat, says nice to meet you guys, and he's one of the people that supported you. A lot of the people that on my Discord and my stream supported you guys when I was doing my 12-hour streams. So So anyways, so I'll hop on right into it. For you guys, I guess I'm curious because like I vlogged the reactions of the checks. Like, what were your initial reactions? Obviously, you gave your what do you call it, numbers, your predictions. Like, what went through your mind when you got your check? Because I didn't let the directors experience that. I just kept it all for myself. So Crystal wanted to do it too.
Well, for me, I was kind of like, it was kind of like around my estimate, and then when I got it, I was like, oh man, I'm really thankful for it, just because it helped me with rent, because I actually got COVID, so I wasn't able to work, so it really helped with like paying off my bills and stuff, and I was like really happy about that.
Shit. That's right. Yeah. How did you feel? Like, I think we talked about this off camera, but like, how did you feel? Like, were you worried about it, or did you feel any like crazy symptoms?
No, I was just, as I thought it was usually once every year. I like overwork myself to the point where I would just get like sick at like around December or January. Because I was just like, I had a lot of fatigue, and that's basically what I felt like throughout the whole thing. And then in the very beginning, I had like a cough, but it wasn't that bad, thankfully. Okay,
that's good. I'm glad you recovered, because I know there's a couple other people from Tantrum, while we're all taking our break, that also caught it, and kind of scary. Like, it's one thing to hear about it and another to have it, and even scarier when someone has it really bad.
I know.
So yeah, really pushing in there, Burak. Okay, so what about you, Jamie?
The check was nowhere near what I thought we were gonna get. I have just not had the greatest experience.
By the way, can I just share here? I'm like severely disappointed that you didn't full out ball on your.
Because you stop her.
You ruined it. That's Cut her off, Kanye Western.
You're like, Jamie, I'm gonna let you finish.
So, but yeah, go ahead.
Whatever. Yeah, no, didn't expect it at all. Was also really, really grateful for it though, because if anyone doesn't know, I was working 2 jobs at the time to pay my rent and everything, because my parents lived a little too far away for me to live with them and still be doing everything that I do. So it really helped out with that. So I was able to take kind of a break and pay for groceries. So that was nice. Really happy.
Yeah, I know. What about you, Crystal? Because I know you and Max were like really in the part of the behind the scenes of like the mental like one like Max
wait.
like what was your? I guess now we're going back to the whole Kickstarter thing. Like, what was your feeling when we got fully funded? I guess it's for everyone, fully funded, and then also seeing the video, seeing them get all of it because
I cried watching the video. Number one, watching you guys because I couldn't wait. You know, knowing beforehand what you guys were gonna find out, it was just I was very excited. I wanted to hijack Emery's mission and travel along, be a travel buddy just to see your faces.
He's like, nah.
He's like that giddy out. Just went
No,
on the mission.
well, because it's like it's like one is there's a panda mic, and then there's but then also like I made these trips when I happened to also be running errands.
Yes.
So
yeah, and then it started raining another week too. But regardless, I just recall being so on pins and needles. And just waiting, like, okay, what did they say? What did they do? What did they look like? And seeing the video just put it all together. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I watched that video, like, when I finally put it together, I watched it so many times because it was like, it was a high. And B-Rock and Max are going to hear this plenty of times because you guys are practically on every podcast. Hi. Like, but, because, okay. But, I don't know. It's an addicting feeling, I guess. Like it's a different kind of high of just, I don't know, a mission that we did, and then kind of giving you guys that, and then seeing the reaction and the impact of the hard work we put in. It was like fucking cool. So
yeah, to be able to be a part of that.
Go ahead. Don't say so. Don't be so.
That's formal.
This is.
Speak your mind.
I feel like bad interrupting, but I was just gonna say that Jamie made me cry. I'm sorry.
No,
You got some water.
there are actual. There
At least some people cried.
are actually. There are comments of people actually saying that they cried watching the video.
Sure, I believe it.
Like,
I mean, watching the video, those are all genuine reactions. Like, none of them look fabricated or thought of or scripted.
yeah.
That's what makes the video so worthwhile. That's what makes what I feel how when Emery does it gives him that's the high, because he's giving you guys these genuine emotions, giving you guys this help, and as a good human being, surprising I'm saying that about Emery.
Right?
What the fuck? What the?
Are we talking about the same guy?
Hold on, I gotta
Take a pause real quick.
open my mouth a little bit just saying that. But, like, being someone
Read in 3
having-
notes. Read 3 notes.
Okay.
someone, with a good heart and being able to actually materialize that and actually do that, that's an amazing high.
Yeah, it was like here. So I'm reading some of the comments. I'm just gonna pull it up and share it on the screen, and you'll see it on the Twitch. Like from Ran_Luna. I'm not lying when I say this made me tear up. I'm so happy you were able to do this for them, and I hope it brings more awareness to how much artists are underpaid for the work they do. Another one from Melissa H. This is great. I undervalued what I was worth as an artist until my husband came around with his business sense. Speaking for myself, I thought that doing what you love and what you're good at doesn't feel like work, and getting paid is just a bonus, which is what a lot of dancers think. But boy, was I wrong. Once I raised my rates and got an agreement before the job is done, I finally got quality clients that keep coming back. It filters out that I'm doing you a favor for your resume and portfolio kind of people, and I have a base rate for my design. Oh my god, this is a paragraph.
There's more.
Yeah. So I have a base rate for my design work, and now it's crossing over to my music after realizing how much work it is to drag equipment all over the place. Prepare music and practice. A gig that would pay $50 an hour may sound good work, but when you think about the hours you put in preparing, the rate comes to closer to words. I hope minimum wage.
Sound it out.
No, I'm getting a lot of glare from this screen. That's why. So. I really hope that more artists realize that they need to be their own CEO, or at least have someone advocating for them.
Boom.
Keep doing what you're doing, Emroy. This is a great start. There's a lot more. Shouts out to everyone who... Shut up, Jax, on the chat. So
let me read it.
yeah, so I guess it goes to I'm curious about... and I know we're going to talk about the Kickstarter, but I'm curious, like, how your thoughts of when people say, like, the whole exposure thing, and like, well, like, this is going to be a good opportunity, and then, you know, I feel like sometimes it, because I still, like, sometimes I've seen how it can be beneficial in a long-term working relationship, but you know, as working dancers, like, eventually when you have more demand, when do you stop? Like, what are your thoughts for you guys? What are your thoughts on doing things for exposure and then doing things for money?
Well, like, to begin with, like, getting the exposure is crucial to get your brand out there, your work out there, and start making clientele. And word of mouth, it always spreads. But at the same time, you got to realize how long you're going to expose yourself and when you should start getting paid. Because if you continue working for exposure and you're already out there, and then you're still just doing these
Working for exposure.
yeah, working for exposure, expose
You're
yourself.
working for free.
Yeah, pretty much. So once
You're as exposed as you can be.
yeah,
Like, you're done. Like,
so once
get money.
like the way I do it, like, or see it, is when you work for exposure, that's where you find your, like, value and start messing around with the rates and all that afterwards. But like once you get your brand out there, but yeah, I'm just going on a tangent. I don't know what I'm saying.
No, it's great. Because you're sharing your perspective as a freelance photographer as well.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of people doing that. So, and then if they don't know how to, like, draw the line because they're doing it. But sorry, go ahead, Crystal.
I was going to say, for me, if you're a non-performer, you can kind of equate this to an internship. So let's say you finish school, you go to an internship, you're doing something for far less or for no pay to gain that experience so that when you go on to the next thing, you have it on paper. Like, here, I've done the work, I've proved myself, I am more than capable, I deserve this amount of money. And you go on to request your well-deserved salary. So for a dancer, same thing. You're going out there, you're putting yourself out there, you're proving yourself until you have enough amounted up to support your, you know, your backing, whatever you
Vices.
have. Yeah, whatever you have
Your
on
vices.
your dancer's resume. I'm good at XYZ. Here's the proof, and you know, this is why I deserve to be paid.
Yeah, and anyone else feel free to chime in. Like, for me, like, when Vision Paradox first started up, none of like, a lot of our early clients were free because we didn't have a body of work, and in order to show that you can get shit done, you have to you got to be able to prove it. And that's essentially what I guess we're kind of taking the step back into it right now with Temper Tantrum. We're creating a lot of free work right now because we need to build the brand and the platform. But I think we, as a company, we understand that, you know, the Kickstarter was great. It was the first step that we can do that, which is what we're going to be moving forward into second quarter when we open up the Patreon. But we understand that this is the long game, and we're not immediately, you know, gonna go into merch or other stuff because no one knows who the fuck we are, and we can't sell merch if no one knows who the fuck we are. So
Exactly.
And to, like, add on that, like, also learning when to draw the line on when it's okay to hook your friends up with a free product, to when it's deciding when to start charging your friends. Because, like, everyone has a different set of friends. Like, I'm not saying everyone's gonna have, like, that friend who's been like, oh, let me get this, you know, hook it up every time. You know what I mean? I'm like, what I'm trying to say is just, like, don't even be afraid to start even charging friends and family for your services too.
Yeah.
Like, because if you do it so
Real
often,
friends support their artist friends and pay full price.
Exactly. Exactly.
so, like, never be afraid to think they're gonna lose a friendship because I'm gonna charge you or something like that. Because if that's the case, you know,
And if you
like,
do lose that friendship, then
yeah, goodbye, freeloader.
yeah,
well, they might have a
Yeah.
reason to, like, you know, not
No, yeah,
want to pay.
like, yeah.
But if
Like-
their reason is, well, I'm your friend.
Yeah.
yeah,
If you my friend, you'd be supporting me.
yeah. Jamie, you were gonna say something?
I just said that they're not a real friend.
Oh yeah.
Often I think in the industry, you'll see the whole tit for tat. Like, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. If you hook me up, like, let's say you're a videographer, you know, and another person's a dancer and they want some content. Let's say if you film me and edit all this work for me, then I will credit you. And, you know, if this blows up for me, it blows up for you. But even that can go on only for so long. I've seen people utilize that idea far longer than they should.
Yeah,
it gets. You should know when it gets to be a bit unfair. And
yeah. I mean, I don't mind the whole bartering if the leverage is truly a win-win. What do you call it? There's this one b-boy that I worked with that was really. He was really trying to get me to lower my price after, like, in the middle of the project. And he says, "Man, you don't know, like, I'm about to blow you up, man." Like, and this is kind of this, and this b-boy is kind of like he's kind of known. He's a pretty big b-boy. Yeah, and then when we released the video, I did not blow up. So I am glad I charged him my rate, because, you know, some people trying to push their clout, you know, assuming that it's gonna do you good. But at least from my experience, like when other people even give you shout outs, it's a very small percentage that really do a carryover. Mm-hmm. So throughout the whole dancing and everything with the donut life and everything, what was it like for you guys when you finally got to share with your friends? Because for like a month or so, I told you guys, don't share it. Here's the small teases. Here's the memes we're making.
For me, there was a huge sense of pride. You know, I could not wait to be like, look at what we've been up to. Look at the quality of this. Look at how hard everyone works. Look at how clean everyone was dancing. Like, people really gave it their all. And like, for me, I was only in it just for like my group. I was more hiding behind Emery and making sure music started and stuff.
Yeah, your PA.
But for me, it was just a huge sense of pride to showcase you guys and let everyone see, like, look, this is what we're working for. Look at how amazing these dancers are. Look at how passionate they are. This is what it's for. And so that was fun for everyone to get the chance to see.
Someone from my middle school actually, like, messaged me, and we don't really keep in contact. But
just
like,
randomly?
No.
Yeah, she was like, wow,
sick.
It's so cool to see, like, how it was in high school. No, it was in middle school. I danced like a little bit, but she was like, it's so cool to see how much you've grown, and I hope that you keep doing this. And I was like, wow, like, it really shows that, because I'm really critical about where I am, because I'm like, I need to keep working, but then it's like, oh, looking back, look how far you've come. It's like, okay, I get to celebrate with this little accomplishment. Now I can look forward to more. So it was really cool that, like, she hit me up out of nowhere.
That's cool. That's really cool. And like random people just like hit you up about it.
Mm-hmm. Taking notice of your efforts.
One thing I noticed was like, because I get I take a look at who shares these videos. One thing I noticed is like a lot of Jamie's family shared the content. I was like, there's a lot. It was like, what? Family support.
Hey.
A lot of my family has only heard my mom and my sister and my dad like just talk about me dancing and stuff, because I wasn't necessarily known for it, especially since I really got serious about doing it in like high school and after. But yeah, since a lot of them never really got to see me before, they were kind of blown away by that in a way.
They've never seen you dance ever.
No, I have a lot of family that are like out of country and everything, so it's not like they can see me all the time, and a lot of the time my videos don't really get pushed out there like that. But those videos were really getting pushed out there, so they were definitely seeing them. It was really nice getting hit up by family and them telling me that, you know, doing good.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's like one of those like, look at my cousin, look at my daughter kind of thing. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that
Okay.
good?
Oh yeah, and
Sorry about that. But I showed my mom, and then also going back to like the check, I was like, look, I'm doing it, because she didn't believe like I could really make it with dance. So then like now she's actually like more supportive about it, and she's like, oh, I'll buy you a ring light so you can make your videos. And I was like,
whoa, wait, so after you showed your
Hold on.
She went from you can't do anything with dance to stage mama.
Yep.
real quick.
Wow. Wait, so that happened after you showed the check and the
You're
videos?
like $30.
Yeah, well, because I mentioned to her that I was doing the videos with you guys, and then she, like, one of the first things she was, "What are you gonna pay for it?" And I was like, "Oh, we're trying with the Kickstarter." And then I pushed it to her, and I was like, "You should share it with your Zumba friends and like help."
Zumba
friends.
Aw. Yeah, but then she was like, "Oh, you're going out there," because sometimes I show her my videos from like other projects, like with Liz and stuff. One of the people that choreographed for our videos, Liz,
Mhm.
and she's like, "Oh, okay, I see. Like, you're doing like pretty big things now." So she's getting more supportive about me trying to push to that goal. So that's kind of cool.
Mm.
Y'all want to follow her at Lady Liz?
Yeah. Oh, the choreographer. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I'm curious about the whole family reaction. Now, what about Crystal? What about you when you shared it to your family?
Oh, I have a family thread, so everyone in the group chat was just like hooting and hollering. But also, there are my mom's always been a big, what would you call it, momager, like mom
Nope.
manager.
Oh, mom.
So-
Oh yeah, your story. I'm remembering like bits of like from our podcast. Crystal's been doing her thing like since 6th grade, touring and shit, and she got to dance with like some football team in New England, and then she came straight here like the involvement.
Automatic eye roll. I live in New Jersey. I'm sorry.
some football team, which is
but
Football team.
New England Patriots. So besides the point. So before you guys go into an unnecessary, irrelevant tangent. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it was very exciting, but then, I'm an adult now. I have a 9 to 5, so it's not like she's hounding me to make sure I'm practicing every day and doing all that. But to see her name in the credits on our videos, it's just like, oh, she's still there. she's still there. So.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
she-
Oh, yeah. Go
So
ahead.
she made sure she had a hand in it, had something to do with it in lieu of way of donating or pledging to make sure she got her name in there.
Damn, she's
It's like, I did that.
Mom.
I did that.
I mean, hit her up when we open the Patreon, man.
Oh, I know. Lord.
Yeah,
But
because
that was cool. The family group chat, everyone was hooting and hollering, very excited.
that's really cool that your family is supportive like that. Because I know, like, especially Asian families, they're not exactly supportive of like the arts as a career.
Yeah.
So like, especially when we did your podcast is probably not coming out for a few months because other people's are coming. but listen to it when it does. But the minute you kind of found your thing, she was all in and helping you, and she kind of like held you accountable. And like, if you were, one of my favorite stories from that podcast is like you choreographed your solo routine, and she was like, "That's it," and you redid the whole thing.
I had to
God.
re-choreograph on the spot the night before a competition. So also now, me being an adult, again, working my 9 to 5, it's not so much about me performing with Temper Tantrum. She loves looking at the younger dancers. Like, I'm not sure if some of you have met her at our live shows back when we were doing Universal City Walk. But when we get back to it, you guys will meet her for sure, and she'll be in your face, and she's going to be like, "You're the bomb."
Oh yeah,
She's got favorites.
wait, yeah, she was there when we did Exhibition Lights, right? The second time around. Yeah, so she was there. So a lot of you guys were probably there. Just didn't do Temper Tantrum at that time because of scheduling and probably because I didn't ask you yet. So.
But she's got favorites that she's been eyeing, watching your progression. So she's very proud of a big
Drop those
handful
names.
of you guys.
Yeah, who
Drop those names.
who
She's a fan mom of a handful of you guys.
who's
Drop the names.
who's she a fan of? Who's she a fan of? Maybe you can like we'll send her an autograph picture. We'll take a selfie with her.
Iced tea. Before it
God.
spills.
So yeah, like donating, she knew it was more for you guys. So she is very excited to help support you all.
Yeah, I'm glad she was able to support. One thing that's definitely, I guess good and bad as well, because is the fact that SoCal is reopening. I guess like in the sense it's good, in the sense it's bad. It's like, you know,
Partial feelings.
Yeah, because like on the one hand we can start doing some more work without worry, quote unquote, more like law-ish worry. But the fact is, it's still there. Like we're still in a pandemic, so
Panini.
yeah. So it's. Yeah, so like
pancakes.
Like, what are your thoughts? How you're feeling? And I think you guys are still working. So like, I guess what goes through your mind about the whole reopening, especially for dancers.
I mean, for me, it's like I'm excited because I want to go back to work. But at the same time, I'm like nervous because I'm going to go back to work. And I say nervous is because I do work at Universal Studios Hollywood, and like even though 25% capacity is going to be the max, 25% for us is still over 100 people.
That's a lot of
that
people.
I would be dealing every day.
And Universal looks like it's big, but it's like compared to a lot of other theme parks, it's tiny.
It's just on a fucking hill. It's just on a hill. So like, you know,
Tiny.
so like that's where I'm at. I'm ready to make money and work and get in a normal routine.
Going back to Hogwarts.
Going back to I know for me, like the LAUSD is opening up to schools next month, and I know for sure my son Jordan is not gonna be going because he's asthmatic. No fucking way. So and there's a whole nother situation that's gonna be happening, but I'll disclose that to you guys as time comes. Some of you guys already know the details.
And you know, children can't, if you're under the age of 16, you don't even have the option to have a vaccine yet. So my wonder is how long is that going to go on for children? Because yes, we all may go on to get our vaccines. You know, I understand more doses are coming to each state very quickly. They're opening up the age or the prioritization.
The priority,
yeah, they're opening that up quicker than we thought. So even if people who are willing to get it do get it, it's the younger ones that are all still, you know, are we going to be teaching? Yeah, do we have any young students we're teaching dance to now? You know, my thought is, what are we going to do to make sure they're safe? Yeah. And being a parent, what are we going to do to make sure our kids are safe? Being a dance instructor, what are we going to do to make sure our students are safe?
Or
being a student yourself, what are you going to do to make sure?
Or being like a classroom teacher that has to deal with the younger kids, because 16 and older, they can kind of police themselves. Like maybe they keep their mask on, they'll keep their mask on, but like you can't police, like, you know, like a 8-year-old can police themselves and they're like, I can't breathe.
Yeah, my daughter, she actually is 5 and she goes to a private preschool, and they've been open now for a few months now, and they actually set some of the guidelines. Like the city of Los Angeles went and took photos of her school to utilize it as like a standard of how to do this. But it's sad because they're so spread apart and everything. But her school's had 0 cases, 0 outbreaks so far.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Yeah, no outbreaks. But these children are used to wearing the mask. Like they do it. They go to the front door. They're used to the procedure. They're 5, and they're used to getting their temperature taken. And you know.
My friend has 2 kids, like literally less than 11 months apart from each other. And both of them, like, you know, one of them goes to OT and the other one goes to preschool. And she, before everything opened, she had to like practice with them wearing masks, like even at home, like just to get them used to just having it on their faces, and just like, all right, mask on. They go, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, Jordan is like good about like wearing the masks too. Like he holds his mask, and when I do my best to not take him out anywhere. Like, but when we have to, like when I have to get something from like Target or something, yeah, like he's like hiding and hugging me, holding onto my arm tight, and when he sees something coming close, he like goes like he like moves, so that way he's keeping distant because he's aware of the dangers, and you know. Yeah, it's crazy how how kids are like kind of being raised right now. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, on the one side, it's like it's cool. I guess my perspective, it's cool because he's at home and hanging out with mom and dad. Because at this point at school, like most of the time they're with teachers and friends majority of the day, and by the end of the day, they're tired. Like they're tired, then they still have to do homework, and then mom and dad's tired, so they can't really do like the quality
So
time.
it's just dinner, bed, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's definitely interesting times, and I think Jamie and Marie, you guys are still working. So, what are you guys looking? I guess not looking forward to. Looking forward to, because that means we can start potentially doing rehearsals or even start taking classes again.
At least for me, the only thing I'm looking forward to about the reopenings is dancing more again and being able to meet up and dance in person, because that's been really the toughest thing. I work at a little family-owned restaurant at the moment, so during the entire pandemic, we haven't been open at all, like not even for outdoor seating or anything. It's just been to-goes and deliveries. So I guess I'm kind of looking forward to it in a way, because when people get to-goes, they don't necessarily tip as much as they would if they were sitting down dining in, understandably. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to get a little more money, but I'm not excited to have to deal with everything again.
Yeah.
And excited for dancing, but not really excited to put myself at risk any more than I do.
Yeah.
I agree. Especially with, okay, like, I'm excited to dance, but I'm willing to do it at a distance at home. Well, because I understand when we do dance in person, we do take the necessary precautions and everything. But the thing is, like, we don't know the people that we end up coming across while we're on our way to the studio or after going back home.
Yeah.
Right precautions. So it's really scary. Especially with like people that still don't believe the virus is real after it's been a year.
I
But-
know.
Like a couple million deaths later.
I know. It's kind of scary because I work at In-N-Out, and even when we had like our dining rooms closed, there was still like a lot of people. And just recently we started having more like precautions now that our dining started opening up. But even then, sometimes I get really like anxious at work just because like I'm coming into contact. Well, not like direct contact sometimes, but it's just like I have the potential to come into contact with somebody that might have it. And a lot of people that come in, they don't like. Sometimes they come in with no masks, and it's like, why
Oh,
are you
no.
wearing it?
Do you guys kick them out? Like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I guess do you guys have any interesting like customer service stories? I'm curious.
Customer service stories.
I work at a gym, but I have been working there like on site for a while because I don't work at the front desk anymore. Thank God.
Yeah, but
That's for a different podcast. But
Yeah, but-
anyway, like the beginning of this, we had people coming in apparently just trying to walk in with no mask on. They're like, "Oh, we need you to wear a mask," and then they were like the sign outside said face covering, so they put their shirt over their faces. So this led me to be like, all right, I got this. So like literally it took me 5 minutes. I made one with like
wow.
just like this mask, no gaiters, no bandanas, no shirts, like a mask.
Wow.
I was gonna say medical grade mask too. People were like, not everybody has that because like there was a whole shortage and everything.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck you, fuck this
Yeah.
guy, fuck
That's
this
me.
guy to hell.
Like,
Wow.
the whole mask thing is gonna be one of my biggest worries because also, like I said, dealing with like hundreds of people at a time,
Mhm.
like, people are gonna be breaking that mask rule, and what's gonna happen? Like, it's gonna be causing a scene. You're gonna see this shit on YouTube.
Mhm.
Karen doesn't want to wear a mask at Universal Studios. It's like type of
Well,
thing.
did you hear what was
You see
going on
B-Rock
at
taking
Disney
it out.
World? Like
Oh,
at
yeah,
Disney
someone
World,
else-
people were they were spitting on the cast members.
Are you kidding me right now?
Yes.
No.
That's why
seriously.
that's why if I go back to work, every time I'm gonna go in, please God, don't let me punch a dumb person today. But I swear, that, like, if someone spat on me, I might lose my job.
Yeah.
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 This is like, yo, it's super
Like,
disrespectful.
looks like you chose violence. You chose violence.
Yeah,
Go.
like either way, spitting on someone, even before the
COVID or
pandemic,
not,
like,
it's fucking rude.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
it's
now
just
it's
like,
terrorism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For real.
pretty much.
I worked at Starbucks too. I could keep going with that.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Worst one. If you are
Worst
like
one.
like, is it
Worst?
worst one
Top
of
two.
2021?
Top
I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Top
top two.
Okay. One was over the summer at the Starbucks, and then the other one is about a mask for someone not wearing a mask like within the last week.
Yeah,
So one of my most interesting experiences at Starbucks was when I was working at a certain Starbucks that was on the corner, and it was a drive-through, and I'm not really used to drive-through Starbucks. I was used to working in just the cafes, but because of the pandemic, they had us all transferring around to cover shifts at other stores because so many people were calling out. So I had one guy come in. He wasn't wearing a mask at first, so my supervisor actually kicked him out, and he came back in, and I think he actually like taped paper to his face, and nobody.
What the fuck?
I was like, all right, and I was the one at the front taking the walk-in orders and making their drinks, and then helping out drive whenever they needed the help with the drinks. So he walks up to the cashier, and I was like, all right, just gonna deal with this, get him on his way, do this as fast as possible. And then he has his hands in his pocket, right? He comes up and he takes his hand out. He's like, I want that. And in his hand, he is holding the hottest of pinks dildo in the world. It was about this big, and he was like pointing at stuff at the menu, and he was like, "I want you to charge me for that drink, and I'm gonna pay you this amount."
What the fuck is
I was like,
happening?
okay.
I would have just taken out the disinfectant
said a
spray
thing.
and sprayed the guy. I don't care.
Nobody said a thing. People were just laughing, and I was like, "Is nobody really gonna help me or do anything? Like, I'm new here. I don't exactly know what to do."
Were you just on like a prank video? Are we gonna find this on YouTube?
Oh my God.
I feel like
I'm gonna look
They
this
set
up
you
right
up
now.
because they're like, oh, there's gonna be a new girl helping us.
I really, actually, I kind of hope it was a prank because I hope this man wasn't for real. I really do.
I'm actually looking up on YouTube right now. Pink dildo Starbucks.
Starbucks.
it's one of those hidden camera.
Took a camera out.
It's gonna be a
I
porn
bet you
movie.
it's not the first time it happened. That was a real interesting one. It was in the past couple weeks. Within the past week at the restaurant, I actually had a couple customers come in, demand to use the bathroom, and when I told them it wasn't open, they threatened to like pee outside our door, and I was like, okay, I don't understand what your problem is. There's a bathroom on the corner. Then they sat down in the restaurant while they waited for their food, and took their mask completely off and like put it on the table. And I was like, excuse me, if you want to sit in here, you have to wear your mask, please. Thank you so much. Food will be out in 10 minutes. And they like looked at me, and I looked at them, and we had like a little staring contest for a couple seconds, and they put their masks back on. I went to go grab something from the back. I came back out, and one of them took his mask off again. And I said, sir, I said, you need to wear a mask in the store, and if you don't want to, you can't sit in the store.
Oh my God.
And he then stormed off and left, but they still tipped me, so I guess it's fine.
Wow, like assholes, but like, fuck this bitch. Fucking 10%? Alright, fine.
Your
10% for this bitch.
Story kind of reminded me of something that could potentially happen to me at work if I'm out on the main street dealing with guests, but I don't have to do anything in the back, because we have to be themed.
Yeah.
Especially if I work in the visiting world.
Sir.
No, that's one of the things, no British accents.
Yes.
Like, because if you could offend people that way, but but like if I have to deal with someone
bad at it.
without like with the whole mask thing, I hope they can let us throw theming out of the wall or out of the door, you know what I mean? Because if we have to theme someone trying to put a mask back on, I just can imagine all the BS I could come up with right now.
Wait, what does that mean?
Okay,
What is,
so
what is
character.
theming? Oh,
if someone asked me where something is that's outside the Wizarding World, I have to pretend I'm only part of the Wizarding World. I'm like, oh, I heard that's in the Muggle world. So and so around this place. I heard that was good. 'Cause I'm not a Muggle.
oh shit! So if I asked you that day when I saw you at the park, hey, like, where's the fucking
Where's the
tour?
Simpsons ride?
Yeah,
Oh. well, I know you, so I'm like, I would have just.
Get the fuck out.
the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
see, that's a
No,
different
to the
story.
right.
If, like, if I didn't know you, I would have to like, oh, you go back out of the Wizarding World, back into the Muggle world, and make a right once you exit and keep going straight ahead. So,
what's-
like, it's
okay.
stupid shit like that. But like, if I have to deal with a maskless person,
Oh god.
just walks
sir,
up
can you
to.
please put
Now
your
I'm just
mask on?
imagining Disney too, because they have to be fully in
Sir,
character,
because-
especially if they're characters.
Sir, you need to put your mask on. If you don't have your mask on, you're not protected from the Dark Lord.
From the
That's the title of the podcast, being being protected from the Dark Lord.
It's the plague even the Dark Lord fears.
Oh
Even
my
the
god.
Dark Lord.
I don't know why Jamie's story made me think of that. But I
Because
just
the Dark
it
Lord
just
doesn't have a nose,
clicked
so
in
he's
my
fine.
head.
I mean,
was like,
Now I kind of
Wait a
hope you
minute.
get to do that.
I have to deal with stupid shit like that, and I just sound so fucking stupid.
I will go. I will buy a ticket to University Walk just to do that. Just to do that to you. And you see me walking up with my camera, like, "Hey, B-Rock, it's it's fucking time."
If I see that, I'm get on my work.
Excuse me, good student.
I'm gonna get on my work phone. I'm like, can we get security? This guy won't put the mask on after countless times of trying to tell him.
And he's filming me.
And
I've told him in every nice character way possible.
Can I say fuck you? Permission
Damn.
to fuck you?
I mean, it'd be funny, but a lot of people would be.
piss off.
Mom, can I say a curse?
My tie.
No, like
Yes,
a lot of
this
people are-
fucker.
I mean, it'll be funny at that moment, but a lot of people will be fucking pissed off at me.
if you know all those crazy stories I had from work, like you'd be surprised.
Yeah, what about you? Your turn. Like one or two.
you got stories.
Yeah.
Me?
You're
Yeah.
not panda mic related
Well,
stories,
it's
but
not
stories.
Panda Mike related, but work story related.
Yeah. Like, shit.
And it's still fun.
So when I used to work at the Walking Dead maze, so I used to.
Oh, I loved that maze.
I hated it
Well,
because like
I love you though.
He
when
works
I
it.
had to hold when I had to like one of my crewmates had to or my team members had to use like the restroom, I have to take their spot, right?
Hmm.
So you get stupid people trying to scare us, trying to do all the stupid shit, and like, yo, like one of them tried to go into my walker's hides, and I'm like, yo, stop, yo, get it, like and like he's purposely not listening to me. But I legit grabbed him by the shirt, pushed him out to the emergency exit. I'm like, yo, all right, get out my right now, don't come back. If you come back, I will call security and you will not be able to be back in this park. And he was only like 17 years old at the time. His parents are right there. I'm like, this is the thing. If he gets kicked out, you all get kicked out. So
Oh, yeah.
if you guys want to finish the maze, you guys go ahead. He can't because he was doing this stupid stuff. Like you just hear the dad because they're Hispanic. I can understand Spanish like fluently, not fluently, but like enough to do my job.
Yeah.
But I understood what he said. He was like, he pretty much said to his son, "You stupid dumbass! If you get us kicked out of the park, you're done. Just get out now, and we'll talk when we're done." I was like,
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, Hispanic parents, man. Shut up.
We know where that happened.
And another
kidding.
story where I almost got in a fight is because in the Wizarding World, there's a stage in the middle, and we put on a live show. So at certain points, we have to stop crowd movement, so our show would go on. I'm legit a human wall, just me and another crew member. And this guy just didn't want to listen. He's literally on my arm. I'm literally, just like not letting him go. He shoves me and trips me at the same time.
Fuck.
And I literally got up and I went in his face, stopped him, let my actors go, and I just walked straight backstage. Cause I was heated. Like I was already shaking. Like I'm gonna sock this guy. But luckily for me, because my upper management was right there watching too, so he got kicked out. He made a scene with them. So it became this whole scene where we had to cut the show.
Shit.
Like I got a call on the radio. I was like, "Yo, give them the sign, because like this is a universal sign for us, like for entertainment. Like,
Yeah.
yo, injury, you gotta stop the show, cut the show,
Oh shit.
or just cut the show. Something's wrong."
Yeah.
So like once the performer saw it, they finished that whatever trick they were doing at that time, and then went backstage. at this point they have their bow staffs.
Oh yeah.
We were joking about it in backstage. He's like, "Yo, I was gonna hand you my bow staff, dude."
Yeah, like, what in the
Like,
entitlement?
It's like just
man?
it's just crazy, like the stories of being a theme park employee, and like it doesn't matter what level you on, because I'm a lead, like, you know, step above below supervisor, almost there but not there yet.
Mm.
But it's just like then people don't care.
No.
So now, like, thinking about this whole pandemic, mic is like, I'm gonna have to deal with more crazier shit. Karens, no maskless people.
Walters.
You know?
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of nicknames. So I kind of want to hop onto this topic before, like, we, instead of saving it for last, is like the whole passion versus purpose thing. And Max and B-Rock, like, already were kind of familiar with this since we did it the day before yesterday for the other podcast. But like, because a lot of us already watched Soul, like, and the whole passion and purpose things. Like, sometimes the thing you're passionate about isn't the thing that you're kind of meant to do. You know, I think reading an article, it was about Steve Jobs. He was passionate about Zen meditation and meditations and Buddhism, but his purpose, in a sense, was obviously Apple and the future of tech. So because what are, I guess, your thoughts on that? And do you feel like your passion and purpose are one and the same right now, or is it like, are you still in the process of discovering it? And Max and Bjork, you feel free to, like, kind of reiterate what you guys shared, because this is another episode. It might be not. It might come out, you know, a month and a half after the other one.
I'm trying to remember what I
Fair.
said.
I kind of remember what I said, but I'm gonna let the three of them go first. Who will take it? Who gonna take it?
Well, I'll say I'll guess being the eldest here.
Are you older
That's
than?
Emerald.
Are you older than me?
That's Emery.
I don't know. Am I?
How old are you?
My birthday's in June 1987.
Oh, yeah, you're older than me by like a couple
By a
months.
couple months.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send you to.
Child.
Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna send you to an old folks home.
I'm the middle child. Yay. Wait, no, there's an even amount of us.
Lord, I think I've grown to discover that passion versus purpose. My passion is dance. My purpose is working in management, you know, leading a team that doesn't in particular have to do with dance, but just making sure I gear my career in that direction. So passion versus purpose. I have a passion for leading and performing as best as I can. And I guess that does align with my purpose. That's what I'm doing. So
I mean, your purpose could align with your passion as well, because that leadership skill could help with your dance life, your dance team directing, and all that stuff. So
yeah, and it
sounds like
started
you're
with
intertwined.
dance. It started with dance. It started with, you know, leading a dance team, a competitive team. And then when I went into the workforce, that actually gave me all of the experience, the majority of the experience I needed to lead a team with Disney or to lead a team with retail chains I worked for. And so
I don't necessarily know if I've made my passion and my purpose join together as one as yet, but I know everything feels right. Yeah, I'm definitely real happy doing what I'm doing. You know, I think what I'm most happy about with the dance is performing. Yeah, is probably one of the highlights of dancing for me, and then expression, but also making people feel something. Not like saying it in like real dark emo way, but making them feel happy or inspired or just any kind of emotion from the piece, whatever I'm trying to portray. That's really my biggest takeaway from dance in general. So I think I would assume that's what I'm passionate about. My purpose, we'll find out, I guess.
That's fair.
The youth.
You got time.
Yeah, you got time.
Yeah.
Plenty
Got a
of
lot of time.
time.
Yeah.
Actually, you too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Like, you don't have, like, no one has to have it all figured out Like if anyone
He was
listening
like
to this as
40
well.
in the movie.
Yeah, like or fuck, Diego was sharing some really good nuggets like when you asked this question too. So like because like he was talking about people who started in their mid 30s and like the wrestlers like
Yeah.
Batista and whatnot, like they started in their mid 30s, and whether it's their passion or their purpose, sometimes you're in just discovery mode for a long time. And I think the important thing is that you just allow yourself to continue to be curious and to continue to discover and not judge ourselves in the process, because the comparison trap sucks like a motherfucker, especially with social media. Like I love it and I hate it at the same time, because it's like it's such a powerful tool of connection, obviously, like this people on Twitch watching this, people watching this on YouTube, and how social media has helped us get funded. At the same time, in the negative, I feel like it's a tool that people were never trained to use properly because it's so new, where people get caught up like, oh, I have like nurse friends who are buying houses or fully out of debt and all this other shit. So and then it's easy to get caught in that comparison of like, Nick, like
I should have
like you should have, or is it worth following my
quit.
or is it worth following my passion? Is it worth it? And then it goes to like not judging yourself so much, because you want something different. If you wanted the same thing, you would have done the nursing thing and you would have gotten the same result. But the ones who want a different life, in a sense, they're making their own bed, so they got to sleep in it too. So, and then we can always go back, like especially those types of fields. You can always, there's schools for it, but a path to be a creator, it requires so much of, I guess, knowing yourself, creativity, and self-discovery. It's so not, a ladder. It's not a very simple climb up the mountain, so to speak.
No.
But yeah.
I feel like I'm in the same boat as Jamie. Like, once I started college and like getting into dance more, I realized like, because I was going to school to do physical therapy because like I wasn't really sure what to do. All I knew was I want to help people, and I wanted to see if I could connect like dance and at the same time. But being able to like do more projects and everything, I realized like, damn, I really love doing this and I want to keep doing it for as long as I can until my grandma knees and back.
Yo, grandma knees.
Dude, you're only like 21,
God.
dude.
Let's talk
Grandma
about You want to talk about knees? Talk to hemorrhoids.
and me.
I know how to take care of myself better, but yeah.
She called you out.
I just know that like if I could fall on the floor like how you do, I'd be happy.
It's called reckless abandon.
When everyone thought I failed, oh yeah, you were there when I thought I failed the shablam.
Oh, your failed shablam and your head bounced off the floor.
My head did not bounce.
No, this is what it looked like on the the footage. You look like, because when you do shablam, it's like a nice little like hit. You went like it looked like that. Like
I was selling. I was selling.
Yeah, so
I was into it.
yeah, so I'm taking your word for it, because you weren't dizzy. You're just like,
You're not dead.
yeah, like
I was just mostly confused because I like everyone's reactions. Because I was like,
You're
Yeah.
like, in my head, I fucking nailed it.
yeah.
the best reaction of that video was our friend Monica's reaction, because you could clearly see her in the video, and when it happened, you just hear.
Yeah,
And when I got up, she's like,
yeah, because I was like,
Yeah, okay.
I was
Not
like,
okay.
at that moment, I was worried you had a concussion.
it wouldn't be my first one. It'd be like number 4, but number 4 didn't happen.
Saying it like it's a flex.
No.
I know. My brain got rattled around so many times.
The fuck was that?
Okay, backstory, because I played football. I played football since I was like,
I had a feeling you played football.
I'm a running back too, so
Oh shit, respect, dude.
Ooh, I did that. but
He's
for
like,
flag.
give me my respect.
Give me my respect.
I did that for
Oh, my
volleyball
respect.
too.
You do that for flag football?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I like, almost got a concussion because of soccer, but I ended up just
'Cause-
I had to wear like a
soccer.
whole neck brace and everything because I like fell really bad.
Shit.
But I'm thankful that I haven't broken anything. So
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Let me get my list out.
Hold on. If we're giving performance concussions, I've got to share mine. It's a doozy.
Dude, your story is like, you two weren't in it, but I don't know if you guys listened to the Halloween podcast. Crystal's got some wild fucking
Some
stories.
good
She casually shared a story about her being kidnapped as a kid.
What?
So
Yeah, no, this shit was crazy.
yeah.
Legit?
Yeah, so those of you guys listening on YouTube or on Twitch, just go listen to the Halloween podcast. I got a timestamp because there's so many stories in there. But yeah, and she was like, "Yeah, that's the story. I got
Yeah, so
kidnapped."
that's what happened. So
And
we were
then
just in this car.
the whole group was like-
for us.
Are you okay? Like,
Someone tried to kidnap, well, like not kidnap, but try to get me into their car while I was at work too.
No.
that's scary,
Tackle
man.
that.
Yeah,
No.
all the videos come out. Will have been out more recently, but it's just not safe.
No,
Mm-mm.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Stranger danger.
I was
my
not.
job is in the suburbs, and I got followed to the train station.
Yeah,
Well, this dude like literally pulled up, like in front of me. I was leaving the building, and this guy goes, "Hey, can I have your number?" I was like, "No." And then I kept walking. I was walking to the train station to go meet up with a friend, but I had some time, so I just like took my time walking, and I realized there was a car behind me, but like it's like going past me. I'm like, the speed limit is not this low, and I'm actually not walking my usual pace of walking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not walking like there's Womanizer playing in my head, and I'm just like, I look back and it's still that dude. And I was just like, what the fuck, bro? So I kept walking, and then I made like a sharp left because right directly to the left of me, Emma, you know this, is a police station.
Oh yeah, I know where that.
I just like went in there, and they were like, "Can I help you?" I was just like, "Yeah, do you want to?" It's right
That's
there.
scary, man. Yeah, like that,
And then I was just like, and they were like, "Where are you going? Like, where are you walking?" I was like, "Yeah, I was going to the Madison station," and they were like, "Okay." And then one of them like walked me.
yeah, that's one of the things that like, as a teenager or college, like when I started getting into, like, is how shitty guys are.
Yeah,
Yes.
shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I mean, one, I was also one of those shitty guys, but I never stalked. But like the crazy story, the crazy shit that women go through, like from men, like. But also, I was also a scumbag in terms of being a playboy. So
You're a teenage scumbag.
dirt bag.
You
Teenage
teenage
dirtbag.
dirtbag, baby.
God, if you're gonna make a '90s reference,
I wasn't one of those. I was a gentleman all the way.
Shut the fuck up! You're a liar.
Yeah, for real.
I was a gentleman.
We
Yeah,
were
you were very gentle with me.
When I was a boy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like okay.
Well, I opened doors for Emery, so
Oh, you're a good gentleman for me.
I opened dours for him. I paid for his dinner.
she buys me drinks.
I bought him drinks. I get him drunk.
With no roofies.
No, I don't. I don't need it.
No. No, she what the fuck, man? That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Those of you watching on Twitch, a shout out to Diego hopping on, Max and Birak handling the modding everything, Jax for hopping on, and Sofley for hopping on. So I appreciate you guys and everyone else on YouTube. If you
Watch
liked
the
it,
videos. Watch all the previous podcasts.
thank that.
Or I will get you.
That part. And if you guys like this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, share this with friends who you think might enjoy it. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave
Why?
a nice review. And yet, like what they said, make sure you check out the videos and the films. And yeah, that's it. Have an amazing night, evening, day, wherever you are. Love you. Take care. Peace out.
I don't.
They can totally still hear us. But okay.
Enjoy your night.